So, we did it.
We did that, girl.
We did it.
How you feel?
I feel good. I'm good.
Yeah? That's good.
I'm still like,
You chose
give me some
it.
time. I did. That did happen. Like, I need time.
What does that mean?
I said yes because I do see the change. I do see us and how we grew, but I do need time to like process everything and like really come to terms with everything.
So what does this yes mean to you, regarding our future?
Yes just means yes to time. I didn't want to quit on us because I did see like some good, but I also did see some bad. I like that we can restart, but there has to be some aspect of we still remember, Because if you restart and almost act like it never happened, then you're inviting it into the present. So I do want to acknowledge the bad times, but also I do see enough in us to keep going.
My biggest fear was you quitting. You quitting after decision day, you just stop trying. And I say that because I know you said that's what you're used to. But also that it might just be too much. It's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. And so that was my biggest fear of you just quitting,
Can we change the terminology, quitting? Because at this point I've tried and given everything that I have. So for me to give everything I have and it still not equate to a happy, solid marriage, I don't think that's quitting. I think that is, like you said, choosing myself and my happiness. That's not quitting.
You can say that you want something and still go back and do the opposite thing. You know what I'm saying? You saying you want to give our marriage time. It might just get too hard 4 months after this, after the experiment, you might, hey, I'm done.
Why is that considered quitting though?
That's just just like the word quitting bothers you, that's my definition of what quitting looks like.
Okay.
When I say give it time, I'm like, give our marriage.
Have you ever broken up with anybody before?
Yes, I have. In fact, I have.
So what, did you quit on that relationship?
Eventually I quit, but you have enough data, so you have enough facts behind to say I've done X, Y, and Z. If we give our marriage a full 12 months, we can at least say we tried. What I'm saying is what I was telling you is my biggest fear was you quitting.
I still have doubts about us just continuing making progress and then going back, not using the tools that the experts gave us, not respecting each other's boundaries. So there's a lot to think about, and I just don't like that feeling.
I just feel like right now you making it seem like it's a privilege that you chose me. That's what it feels like.
No, I'd never, what?
That's just what it feels like.
How?
We'll talk about it later.
But you didn't bring it up later. You brought it up now.
And we'll talk about it later.
How's that fair?
It's not fair.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's go start our marriage. Let's go. I didn't imagine arguing immediately after. I didn't think my decision day would go like this. I knew I was gonna say yes. But immediately after. Like, that's crazy to me.
Are you having doubts right now? I'm just asking. And it's okay if you are.
Justin, I told you at the table earlier that I was having doubts in general. I told you that when I read you my statement. I said, I don't even know what the right decision is, so I don't understand this question.
I understood the question. The question was, are you having doubts in this moment right here? You had doubts then, but okay, let me rephrase the question. Are you okay with saying yes?
I already said it. So why wouldn't I be okay with it if I already said it?
Because of how you feeling right now.
I'm a logical person. I'm not an emotional person where I change like the wind.
Okay.
I'm a logical person, and I wouldn't have sat there and thought it out and wrote out and typed out a whole speech saying yes if I wasn't planning on saying yes.
I understand that, but you also said that after saying yes, you didn't know immediately we were going to have an argument. So I'm asking you right...
After the argument, has my yes changed?
Yes.
No, Justin.
Okay.
Okay, you wanna go?
Yeah. I knew I was gonna say yes, and I wanted to stay true to myself. I wasn't sure what her answer was gonna be, but whatever her answer was gonna be, I was gonna be grateful. And if she decided, to say no, I would have, respected her for choosing herself. But it was a good day. She came down the aisle and looked like a goddess walking down, you know. And so my answer was yes, you know, and you can tell yours.
I was literally till like 24 hours prior to decision day. I had no idea what I was gonna say. I kept going back and forth, and like Sasha said, I ended up saying I want to fight and see what happens next. So I said yes, and then 20 minutes later we got into a huge argument.
Oh no.
Yeah, my husband has asked me several times since then, do I regret saying yes? And I'm still processing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Same. I'm just figuring out. I said I was sorry, and so I don't know. Like I felt like we can go up from here, but it seems like every argument we get into is the argument of the decade, or you know what I'm saying, or it's catastrophic. You know, it's a argument. You know what I'm saying? You can't get discouraged by that.
Was it something that was recurring, or was it a new issue?
It was a recurring issue.
Okay.
I just felt like both of us went right back to where like we were 5 weeks ago.
Right.
Because that was my biggest thing. I didn't want to go back. You know, I'm all about moving forward and growth. And just for us to get into something like not even off the premises yet, it was just a lot because it's like we're supposed to be starting over, making anew, and then it was just like back to square one. So that's why it just affected me so much.
Those reoccurring events that it's practice. You know, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be perfect every time.
Really what it takes is like saying like, do you choose me? If you do, then cut the stop the whining, stop the accusations. How do we get literally from this point to the happy point? Because that's what we want,
It's
right?
like objective measures rather than emotional measures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very logical, and I think that's the difference between us.
She is a logical
Speak out
person, you know what I'm saying? But
I
it's
don't speak out of
been 8 weeks in a
temperament.
day. It's been 8 weeks in a day, and when something doesn't go well, or if her feelings get hurt in a moment, you know, the world is ended.
So where do y'all go from there?
And hopefully,
Like, where do y'all go from there?
hopefully we figure it out. I would much rather figure it out, but I don't know what's on her agenda, so I can't speak for that.
I don't want to figure it out. I'm done.
There's your answer. She's done.
On the edge of a road, going downhill. I am lost.
All I did was love you to the best of my ability. If that's not enough, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Genuinely.
Got it.
Are you listening?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
So is this goodbye?
I guess this is a goodbye. It's divorce.